About 2 months ago, I had a dream about the firmament and the veil and the other side. And I don't subscribe to flat earth, but I do want to tell you what I think is going on. And if you're deeply entrenched in that belief system, you might not want to hear me, and that's fine. But I think ultimately we all believe pretty much the same things, and it's a lot of derision that really drives these categories. So I think we should talk about how things are the same things. So I had this vision dream at the end. I think it was like my fourth REM cycle or so, and probably third. And I had this dream that humans were in these. If you've ever had like a betta fish, a Japanese fighting fish, the males make these little spit bubble nests, and so I zoomed in on this nest like thing of a bunch of humans in these bubbles. And it was that was what the firmament is. That's what an incarnational net is. It was like this membrane around us. It was like a chicken egg that didn't have a shell, basically. But it was all humans, kind of, you know. And so because they were all like in combined bubbles, they had, the bubbles shared walls. So people could communicate. There weren't a lot of degrees of separation, but the separation was a membrane. And it reminded me if a ShamWow or maybe like a kombucha SCOBY, it was like that texture. It was like yellowish or maybe jackfruit, like fibrous. I think a SCOBY is probably the closest. And obviously it's a metaphor. I don't actually believe that people are floating around in beta nests, but, dreams are metaphors. But it was that people could communicate with each other. They could experience things with each other, but we weren't really floating in the infinity of things. We were in our own little bubble. And I thought it was interesting to picture, this firmament or this dome as really just our personal egg. I thought that was super cool. Also, if you're interested in this, I really suggest you look up Vedic cosmology and metaphors with the symbol of the egg and Venus and Persephone. Yeah, and the origin of the word egg, because it has a lot to do with this. So yeah. Oh, the other thing is that was what we call like the other side or the veil, and that the veil is thinnest at this time of year. So that's why I waited to post this from Chicago, August to October. I don't know where Chicago came from. I'm synesthetic, so I draw weird comparisons. Anyway, I've got a show later this month in Chicago. Anyway, I wanted to get this posted before I'm in Chicago right around Halloween. So